1, 2, 3.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cooking with Fe, where we go from the closing table to the kitchen table / the kitchen island. Today we are making oatmeal cookies, and we are talking about the faithfulness of Yah and how we can be faithful to Him. So let's get into this recipe. Okay, so first we're going to start off with 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I have whole wheat flour, and I really hope that that doesn't change anything or change the taste, but we're going to take 1 cup of this. Ooh, there's a hole in the bag. There we go. Oh, I'm putting this back and we're going to start over. I'm going to say the first step is preheat your oven. Okay. Very first step, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 375 while we get everything started. Second step, you're going to need 1 cup of flour. I've got whole wheat flour. I really hope that doesn't change anything. We're mixing all of our dry ingredients in first. Gonna take half a teaspoon of baking soda. I got baking soda. I probably shouldn't have stuck that in there. Well, I don't want to pour it, but it looks like we're pouring it. Okay, there you go. And then same half a teaspoon of baking powder. And then you're gonna take half a teaspoon of salt. And there we go. Boop. And then I'm not following the instruction when it comes to this one. You're supposed to only put half a teaspoon of cinnamon, but I just don't feel like that's enough cinnamon for what we want to do here. You want, a good taste of the cinnamon here, so I'm just gonna pour it. That looks good enough to me. All right. Just gonna mix all of this together. And then we're gonna set this aside because we just mixed all of our dry ingredients together. So once all of our wet ingredients are done, we can just go ahead and toss this in and beat it in. On to the next step. All right, so next step is we are going to take softened butter, half a cup. It's a little dented because I wanted to make sure it was soft. Half a cup of softened butter. Stick it in there, great. And then we're gonna take half a cup of light brown sugar and regular sugar. My brown sugar is definitely clumped together in here, so I'm gonna break that up. But firstly, what does faithfulness mean? So the definition of faithfulness in the Hebrew, there's a couple of words that come to mind, but there's a couple of words that are going to come up when you see the search, but the two that I want to focus on today is firmness and stability. And really the word faithfulness is depicting a character trait of the Lord, characteristic. That's how you say that, right? Yeah. So in reality, faithfulness is a word to use when we talk of God's character. It's a characteristic of the God that I serve. And in reality, firmness is one of the definitions because this is definitely firm. This is definitely firm and it's a little hard to break right now. But why is this a characteristic of the Lord? Why is this something that's important? Well, because stability. We all crave stability. In real life, no matter who you ask, stability is something that everybody wants. Ew, I just spit. In real life, stability is something that everybody wants, whether that's financial stability, whether that's emotional stability, mental stability, or it's just stability coming from those that you love. I don't know how you would describe that type of stability, like a lovingness, a safety in that sense. But this is something that we all crave, and in reality, nobody else but Yah can give us stability here on earth. So let me pour this because it really seems like a disaster waiting to happen. I don't know how I want to do this. There we go. Okay, that wasn't too hard. I really didn't want to get any of the big chunks in there in reality. Okay. And it's all over the counter. And And I don't know what that piece is, but I didn't like it. That seems fine. And then we're gonna take another half cup of regular sugar. Boom. And now we're gonna use the hand mixer and we're gonna mix all of this together. We all know about my long history with this thing, and let's just pray it doesn't get too messy up in here. Yeah, it's soft enough. I'm gonna just smush it just a little bit. Okay. Okay. There's sugar all over the floor. How do people use this? I can't be the only one screwing this up. I really can't. I really can't be. It's not me. It's this thing. And I'm standing on that. It's not me. It is this here doohickey. It makes no sense. Yeah, I'm gonna do this with my hands. It's not giving what the picture says it's supposed to give. So I'm just we're gonna mush it together with my hands and call it a day, because that feels like it would actually do something instead of spreading butter and sugar all over the kitchen for me to clean later. Okay. There we go. This is what it was supposed to be doing. Cool beans. Cool beans. Gonna break up all the little hard rocks of brown sugar. This is the ghetto way to do it, okay? Don't judge me. If you're judging me, look in the mirror, okay? You would do it too. I don't know. You probably wouldn't do it that way, but, okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Why are there so many hard little pieces? All right. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. This is exactly what it needed to be. And really, I made a mess with that thing for no reason, because I could have done all this with my hands. Still got like hard pieces in here. I did clean the table off before I started. Don't worry. Okay. I'm just grabbing all the little hard pieces. Make sure. Ooh. Okay. Cool. Only a couple left. Hoorah. Oh, there's two more. Okay. Cool, cool. Okay, cool. And we're done with this step. This step is finished. I'm trying to get all of this off my hands instead of washing it down the drain. But all right, now I'm gonna clean up and we'll get to the third step, or fourth step, including the preheating and all that. All right, next step is we're going to take some vanilla extract You're going to use a full teaspoon of this. Add that in here. And then you're going to take 1 egg. Okay, that didn't crack the way I wanted to. And I don't want there to be any shells, so hold on. Okay, come on. There we go. That didn't crack how I wanted to at all. Now there's eggs everywhere. One moment. All right, now we're gonna mix this together. And now when I think of the word faithful, I'm not gonna lie, I'm making sure that wasn't an egg. But my first thought when I thought of the word faithful was people think of like, oh, a faithful woman. Like when someone's married or in a relationship, if she's faithful, it means she's never, cheated on her spouse or anything like that. So that's where my brain first went to. And then there's another, it wasn't so much of a definition, but almost a statement to go along with the word. It's like, yeah, it wasn't a part of the definition. I don't know how to explain what it was, but I guess it's like how to be faithful, what being faithful looks like. And what being faithful looks like is to be trustworthy and loyal even in the face of temptation or adversity. So we all know that the Lord is not being tempted, yet we aren't really the easiest people to work with. The Lord calls us stiff-necked quite a lot in the Bible. And honestly, reading through the scriptures, we were stiff-necked. We were going after other idols. And when I put it in the perspective of being in a relationship, because you're supposed to be married to the Father, no matter what gender you are, as the bride of Christ, that's what we are, the bride of Christ. No matter if you're man or woman, you are the bride of Christ the moment that you accept him into your life. So in reality, we're married to Yah, and to be faithful to him is to put no God before him, to put nothing before him, to be, fully devoted to getting to know him, being in his word. That's what being faithful to him looks like. And to be unfaithful to him looks like, your attention being elsewhere, honestly. The Lord says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness, and all of these things will be added unto you. The moment that we become unfaithful is when we're striving after the things. The moment that I'm striving after this car and that's my end goal. The moment I'm striving after this house and that's my end goal. The moment that this is what I'm striving for and it's the thing. The moment we start striving for things, or not even just tangible things, but all I want to do is be married. All I want to do is have this college degree. All I want to do is this. All I want to do is make this amount of money. That's a thing. These are things that are temporal, that literally are going to pass away. And that's the moment we find ourselves unfaithful to the Lord. And in reality, the Lord has had so many opportunities. Pause really quickly. We are going to take all of our dry ingredients that we had earlier, and we're just going to stir them in, not all at once, but we're going to stir it in gradually. That's the word. But in reality, the Lord has had many of instances where he would have had full right to cut off the covenant, to fully be unfaithful to us because we were unfaithful to him first. Now imagine, I'm a visual person. I like, what are those called? Analogies, is that what it's called? When you make up like a situation? Okay, I like analogies. So imagine you're married, right? And your spouse cheats on you. You have a full right to get, in my opinion, you have full right to go ahead and get a divorce, babe. Your spouse is beating on you. Now again, this is a hot topic for a Christian community. Don't come at me, but sweetheart, you have full right to go ahead and get that divorce. If they're treating you not how God has, told them, go ahead and get that divorce, right? Now imagine we're the cheating spouse. We are the cheating spouse that has cheated on the Lord multiple times. We done beat the Lord upside his head multiple times. And the Lord has stayed and decided, no, I'm going to see them through counseling. No, No, I'm going to see them through counseling. No, I'm going to see them till they're better because I know it's a them thing. It's not a me thing. I'm not telling y'all to stay with people that beat you. That's not what I'm saying. Catch the drift. Catch what I'm putting down. Okay, this is an analogy. But in reality, through the test of time, a man really has not been faithful to the Lord. The Lord had to send his own son down here to be faithful to himself. The Lord sent a version of himself down here to be faithful to himself so we can have an opportunity to live with him forever, so we could experience what true faithfulness brings. And really that amazes me. And this past couple of weeks, I have truly just seen the faithfulness of Yah. And what's funny is we all think the faithfulness of Yah is supposed to look one way, right? We thought, oh, the faithfulness of Yah is he should have let Moses into the promised land. No, Moses didn't go. He saw it, and because of his disobedience, because of his unfaithfulness, he never went. But the Lord was still faithful because his children's children saw it, because the next generation saw it, because the covenant he made with the people, Aaron and Jacob, they saw the land. You know, they went into it and they took, they went in and possessed the land. They went in and they possessed the land. In reality, faithfulness, it is stability, it is firmness, it's unwaveringness. The Lord is always on our side, and I'm making a mess. The Lord is always on our side, and in reality, we tend to put Yah in a box of like, oh, this is what his faithfulness is going to look like. It's going to look like I'm going to get that new car, and again, putting things in reality. We put an image on faithfulness on how God is supposed to be stability for us. Oh, I'm never going to have trouble with money, and I'm never going to do this, and I'm never going to feel weary, and I'm never going to feel da-da-da-da-da. Yet, Jesus himself cried out to the Lord and was like, hey, if this cup can pass for me, let it pass. And in that moment, was Yah not faithful? Was because he had a moment where he's like, if there's a different way, let's go that way? No, Yah was still faithful. He was faithful to his covenant. He was faithful to his son. He was faithful to us. And no matter what it looks like, I like that statement of like how faithfulness is walked out. It's trusting is being loyal and trusting when there's adversary or temptation. Trust is a big part of faithfulness. You can say that you're being faithful, but you don't trust your partner. It's not really how do I want to say that? Let me get my words together. Now, as I get my words together, next step is you're going to do 1.5 cups of oatmeal. So I'm going to do 3 of these because this is a 1/2 cup right now. So 1, mix this together. How do I want to word this? If you don't trust the Lord as he is moving in your life, that's not true faithfulness. That's not you being faithful to his plan. That's not you being faithful to him because you're questioning every step of the way. You know how annoying it would be if you're not cheating on your spouse and they're like, what were you doing today? Like they're just on your neck about it. I don't really have a spouse, so I'm assuming that that's annoying. What is annoying is when your parents randomly think you're doing something when you're a kid. They just have like this weird suspicion that you're up to no good. And in reality, you've done nothing. And they're just like hounding you about something that you haven't done. That is annoying. It's annoying, and it says that you don't trust me. And that's not a good relationship. That's not a healthy relationship, you know. And in reality, I think we do that to the Lord a lot. I know I do that to the Lord a lot. Let me mix it one more time. I have 1 more cup. I know I do that to the Lord a lot. I'm like, Lord, I trust you, but like, show me. Like, I trust you, but I can't remember who I heard said this, but see, I'm trying to get but out of my vocabulary, or I'm trying to use it correctly. Someone said that when you use the word but, it eliminates everything you said before. So you can say da 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 but da 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 da. So in reality, everything you said before but doesn't matter. It's what you said after. So you can say, oh, I trust you, Lord, but I just want to know. Okay, well, no, you don't trust him. There's no trust in your relationship. There's no true faithfulness in your relationship. For us to be faithful to the Lord, means that we trust him, that we trust that there's stability here. There's no questioning, there's no wavering on our side, you know? All right, last cup. Boom shakalaka. Okay, cool. Beans. Now, I kind of want to hit back on, I'll wait till we're putting the cookies on the sheet to talk about that part. All right, it's looking good. I really should have got some chocolate chips. In reality, I really want to put chocolate chips in here, but I'm not going to because we don't have any. And I'm trying to do better with the whole sugar thing. Am I really? No, that was a lie. I'm not trying to do better. I'm doing pretty decent right now. I'm not overloading on it, so I have a healthy relationship with sugar right now. Not a crack addict anymore. I don't do cracks no more. Okay, I feel like this is good. I feel like this is decent. This is good. Okay, cool beans. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna clear this stuff off. Keep your bowl here. We're gonna start making them into little balls and stick them in the oven. Be right back. Okay, so we're gonna take just a little, like that much, like a little bit of a handful, and you're gonna go ahead and make it into a circle and place it on the sheet. Very easy. So as I was saying, really what I think a big takeaway, or what I want you guys to take away, this is too big. First and foremost, there that much. But what I want you guys to take away from this conversation about faithfulness is do not let your own expectations stop you from being faithful to the Lord. Because I think we can tend to do that. We expect things, and then I'll put this in a natural sense. You can expect things from your partner that are very unrealistic. And it doesn't mean that they don't love you. It doesn't mean that it's not a faithful relationship, but it can cause problems within your relationship. Don't do that with the Lord. Don't listen. And when he says, oh yeah, this is, when he tells you something, when he gives you a promise, you stick your own expectation on it. And now you're questioning the Lord. And now there's distrust in your relationship, because the moment distrust comes into the relationship from our part, faithfulness goes out of the window. For us to be faithful, we have to be firm, steady. We have to be, what is that other word? Security. There needs to be security in the relationship, and doubt is very far from security. You can't be secure with doubt, just like you can't have doubt and faith and it work. No, faith is a part of the word faithfulness for a reason. And just like I said, you can't have doubt and faith in the same situation and, you know, think that you're all good. All right, so they are done, and this was literally just the 10 minutes suggested. They came out really nicely. They came out pretty firm. They're like soft in the middle, so let's go ahead. You did a good job. I'm very grateful that I put more cinnamon in than what the recipe told me to do. This is where it's at, homie. This and a glass of milk. Part of me wants to like drizzle chocolate over it, but I don't know if that's just me being too much. But they're pretty good. They're amazing. All right. We're good to go. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Cooking with Fe. Come back here, same day, same time for another recipe.
2, 3.